Alright, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back, and thanks for watching. I drove all over Southern California again today. We went to McFaddenville in Ontario, California. And I got some really cool stuff. Just some nuts and bolts, but I picked up the bushings for the control arms right here. So this will fit in here. Well, I gotta press it in. But then I got really awesome hardened sleeves. I don't know if you guys can see those. And a bolt to go through the bushing through the shock mount. So once I press these in and drill out the shock mount for these sleeves, in theory, we should be able to get the front shocks installed and awesome today. I got a press, I got a drill press, and a shop press, so we can get all this stuff squared away and looking good. I'm going to try and obviously get the control arms mounted, the shocks mounted, and we're going to start laying out some more wire harness and getting that all squared away. We are going to try and get all of the interior pieces in, and if I can get the shocks in, we'll probably start mocking up the Willwood big brake kit and getting everything as much tied together as we can. I cannot believe it's already May, the middle of May. I wanted to have this car to my son before the summer, like right now. Obviously, it's nowhere close. We still got to cut and buff, add stickers or the graphics, put the engine together and put it in, put the air ride. Like, we've got a lot of work to do left. So that's what we're going to try and do. I'm going to try and work my butt off for the rest of the day. I mean, eventually I'm going to have dinner, but we're going to get it all as much together as we can today. And we're just going to start jamming at it. We're going to start knocking stuff out, putting it back together, getting everything all pristine as much as we can anyway. I really want to have this car to him by the time he starts school. That is in the middle of August, and I'm nowhere even close to being done. We've got 3 months, just over 3 months to go. June, the middle of June, the middle of July, and the middle of August. We got 3 months. I don't think it's going to be done, but we're going to jam out and get it as far along as we can. Obviously, I still got to make $12,000 to $15,000 to get the rest of the parts for the car, but we are going to jam out and do as much as we can, as fast as we can, and get this thing together. So, without going into a whole bunch more talking and everything, let's get to work. looks like that's that. That'll be awesome if it is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just got one more to do. Do you see this thing all crooked right now? Just all freaking flexing?
Hard right, yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, I pushed it a little far, but look at that. That doesn't look too bad, does it?
It's in there.
So, that was the easy part. So, the shock mount right here. So this is the right bolt.
Yeah.
Ow. It goes.
Why are you wearing white?
I don't know. Because I like destroying clothes. So,
Yeah,
so it goes in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to go in there.
Yeah.
It does actually fit. I don't know how, but it actually does fit in there somewhere. Anyways, it does not fit in the new bushing. Like even remotely close.
No, you're not even gonna force that shit, no.
Right. So I went to Nutty Bolts up here in Asperia, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know what you need. We can't find it." So I went down to McFadendale in Ontario because they're badass, and they set me up with this. So I can't do shit with the bushing because it's hardened, and not only that, but if I actually tried to drill it, it'd just heat up and blow out the bushing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna drill this out
Mm-hmm.
because these fit here. I'm going to drill this out so that this fits inside there.
Mm-hmm.
Press those in to this, and then I'll have a solid same size all the way through. Grade 10.9 freaking bolts all on the suspension. Everything's going to be super badass and tight and stronger than it was to begin with. So I'm all, yep, that'll work. That's why I drove all the way down there halfway across Southern California for a freaking bolt. Okay, so I went ahead and pushed it in. It's in there. It's looking really good. And now this is the lower shock mount. This can go right on there and mount up. The problem is the bolt that goes through there is way too small for this hole. So I got some sleeves to go in there. That means I have to drill that out. And I got this little tiny drill press, and I'm not knowing how that's going to work. So I might try and do it by hand. I think that might work. If I put it in a vise, I can probably get it pretty straight. So we'll try that. And sorry about the mess. I haven't cleaned up in a couple of times that we've been out here. Okay, let's cross our fingers and wish me luck. Hoping this works and I don't destroy it. If I do, I mean, I'll have to go down to the junkyard and get another shock mount. I don't think we're going to destroy it. Just kind of get it in there as best I can. Oh yeah, this is going to drill nice and easy. So I got these hardened sleeves, and they go perfectly on the bolt. So if I can slide that in there. Perfect. Then I can put the bushing in, slide this one in this side once I get the other side drilled out. Then I can put the bolt in, and everything should lock down nice and tight and be awesome. Now this is a grade 10.9 bolt instead of a grade 8. So, I mean, pretty much basically out of everything that I've got going on here in the suspension, I think this cast shock mount is the weak link, because everything else is super badass. Now I want this to be pretty straight. And we can put the air struts in now. Well, after I do the exact same thing to the other side. Still got one more to go. Alright, so I stopped the video. I don't know why. I was doing the exact same thing on the other side, like I said right before I stopped it. So I did that, and then I went ahead and started, I put the air struts in also. I didn't put the bottoms on them yet. I'm going to do that right now, and we're going to go ahead and start finishing up putting the control arms on and the air struts to the control arms. Should be straightforward, shouldn't take that long. I've got a whole bunch of wire harnesses all over the place and whatnot, but man, we are getting, I'm excited because we're actually getting something accomplished this week that we've been trying to get accomplished for several weeks. The subframe going in, not the subframe, the control arms going in, the shocks going in, the air struts, everything is looking really good. In theory, we'll be able to start mocking up the air management system here pretty quick. All right, so I'm super excited. We got the air struts in, we got the control arms, the bushings in, the control arms in, the sleeves with the new hardware. Everything went together pretty decently. I'm super excited because now all we got left to do is the steering shaft and the inner and outer tie rod ends, and the suspension will be done. Then we can mock up the air management system and put together all of the airlines underneath the car. Like I said, I'm going to try and go hard lines with that, but we're definitely going to try and get all that squared away. The brake system we can put on, the Willwood big brakes in the front. We've already got all the brakes in the back squared away. Looking pretty good. I still have to connect lines and put the master cylinder in here. And now that we have the press, I can press out a nice new bracket and make it awesome for the Willwood reservoirs. But I've got the brake booster in, so I can put the reservoirs on now and start mocking up and find out where all the lines need to run. So I'm super excited. This opened up now that we've got the air struts in and the shocks able to be mounted up. Now I can't put wheels on and set the car down yet because I still don't have steering. So if I put wheels on it, the tires are going to be all loosey-goosey all over the dang place and it'll be all bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the inner and outer tie rod ends and the steering shaft before we go ahead and put tires and put it back on the ground. But we're one step closer and it's a really good feeling. So now we just opened up a whole bunch more work that we can do. I can literally put all of the air management system together and get it going. So that's what we're going to do now. We did get this really nice bracket made. It holds the two reservoirs. All I needed to do was just squirt some black paint on it and mount it. But the problem is, I think I made the bend the wrong way. So we might have to flip it over, re-drill out, and re-put these nutshirts in, because I think that's going to make contact with the booster. Let's find out. Wow. It does make contact, but if I clean this up and make this a little sharper of an angle, it won't make contact. And then, heck yeah, and then we can just run. Oh, I should have put those, actually. Yeah. Heck, I'm going to grind that flat real quick, make it a different shape, and we'll be golden. We can just squirt some black paint on it. I'm going to get some safety glasses on before I throw something in my eye and then wish that I would have had them on.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that.
Hopefully I clean that up enough to where we can not make contact with the booster. Oh yeah, we're a solid 1/8 inch away, so that will work. I'm gonna go ahead and take these reservoirs off, paint this black, let it dry real quick, and I'm kind of worried about the height sensors. Throttle was talking about brackets that they had. And I don't think I have those. Let's see here. Do I have awesome brackets? Please let me have some awesome brackets. Oh, there's a whole bunch of hardware in here. And all of the electrical lines. Let's see what kind of hardware we got. Now there's little linkage to suspension, extra nuts. Let's go through this real quick and see if we have some sensor brackets, sensor hardware, the sensor to the frame. Why do we have sensor to the frame? It should be sensor to a bracket, a little standoff or something, because I don't really have a frame. Okay, so sensor to frame, sensor to frame, and sensor. Okay, so that's all they are. The nuts and bolts that go from the sensor to the frame. Oh wait. Oh, look at that. One bag for each sensor. One bag contains 3 bags. 3 bags have the sensor to the frame, the linkage to the arm, and then the linkage to the suspension. And no bracket. What a bummer. I'm gonna have to call up Throttle and be like, hey, you guys get those really awesome brackets that you had. Nothing under there. Oh man, these are awesome though. Take a look at this. So obviously, so you got, this goes to the frame, and then this goes here, and then to the suspension, and it automatically tells where the height is, so it can adjust through the computer. That's pretty awesome. Those are really nice. That's gonna be super awesome for my son, and getting all this stuff mocked up and together. He's gonna be able to touch a button and go up and down and in and out of driveways without tearing shit up. so that's a good thing. And I feel like I'm rambling because I don't know what to do next. We don't have an air, I mean, I have an air tank, but not the air tank I want. So I'm going to get some nitrous bottles. I'm probably not going to go with nitrous oxide systems because their bottles are $460 some for a 15-pound bottle. And get the same bottle. A tank is a tank. I can get the same tank, different name on it, Cold Fusion Nitrous, for half of that, 200 and something. So for the price of both of them, I would be spending and pretty much basically you're buying the name. I can buy $460, $70 nitrous NOS brand nitrous tanks, or I can get them for 200 bucks each and go with Cold Fusion. They're both 15-pound tanks, so I think I'm going to go with purple tanks instead of blue tanks. But yeah, I am super excited. I think I'm going to try and run a little bit more wire harnesses so that I can get that cleaned up, get some of the interior going back in, and start making that shelf to hold all of the air ride stuff, the computer and the distribution block and everything. Height sensors go underneath, but all the rest of it goes inside the back where we're going to showcase all of that. But yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get some work going here. Well, I've been fighting with the hood pins a little today, and I still got two more, this one to put in and that one to put in, but it's nice and tight, nothing's loose, bumper's lined up pretty good. I still got to bolt it in place once I lift it a little bit and put the bracket in, or the hold down in, but the hood pins are in, the hood's down, it's locked in place, it looks awesome. I still got a little bit of adjustments to do to make it perfect right here. But pretty much basically, I like it. It's tits. We did a lot today. We actually got the cross member bolted in, or the roll stop I should say. I got the air struts in. I got the hood pins done. I'm going to start working maybe in like another hour or two. I'm going to start getting the chassis wire harness in place down in here, and I don't think I'm going to move into, unless I catch a second wind or something, move into the interior. I still got some wire harnesses to go in there. I started mocking up the air ride system. Let's see if I can get you over here for a second. I kind of started mocking up all the wire harnesses and where they go. And I don't know what that one was, but there's the computer, all the wire harnesses back in there for the height sensors, the touchpad. So I was kind of mocking that up in my head here a little bit. This one goes to the height sensors, and they're over there. But yeah, I'm super digging it. It's looking pretty good. I'm kind of excited about the work that got done today. We did get quite a bit of work done today. Especially with those dang air struts. So Josh said, I talked to him today. He said, your parts left today. I wasn't there. My dad was. They're gone. They're on their way. They'll be there by, I think it said Wednesday. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because he said they shipped plenty of times before. He still hasn't given me a tracking number, so I doubt it. But I went and I got the bushings for the control arms. I found them. I got them pressed in. I went and bought a little cheapy Harbor Freight press, pressed them in. I went down to Ontario, California, to McFadendale. Picked up, by the way, McFadendale is an awesome hardware store. Like, I like that place. They were able to give me some hardened sleeves, so I drilled out the shock mounts and put the sleeves in there, so the inside of the bushing and the inside of the shock mount is all hardened all inside, and then I got a grade 10.9 bolt and put it in there and tightened everything up. Everything is, oh my god, everything is tits. All I'm waiting on now is a steering yoke, the steering joint, and the inner and outer tie rods, and then we can get some wheels on. Well, then we can get this thing down for an alignment, get the wheel fitment tool on it. I do have that. It showed up the other day, yesterday I believe. I got that, so we'll get that on and get the actual measurement that we need, and then we can order some wheels and tires for this thing. But I'm gonna jam out on the car a little bit more and try and get some more work done before I get tired. Alright, what's happening, everybody? Well, I hope you guys like the video quality. I ended up having to get a new phone. I destroyed my last one. I also got the iWatch also. But now I need to get all new lavalier wireless mics because the new iPhones obviously don't have the Lightning, they have the C charger. But while I was out, I picked up some hard line to start doing the air ride system. I have a whole bunch of DOT line, but now I have some nice hard line to do from the tank to the distribution block to the distribution block to the whips that come off of the air struts themselves. So I got some small line for that, some nice little 1/4 inch. This comes off of the air strut, and then I'll have to get some sort of fitting to attach it to the hard line. So this is all the little line, the little DOT line, plastic line that we'll be using, just like probably a foot off of the air strut, and then I'll mount all the hard lines in underneath and make them all awesome. But we're probably not going to do that today. It's already almost 5 o'clock. I really wanted to get that done, but I ended up spending the last 3 hours at the phone company getting a new phone. Anyways, I'm going to try and get some wire harnesses ran. I already got the hood pins in. I did work late last night. I didn't get any video of it because my phone broke. But I did work on the, let me turn this off real quick. I did work inside the bay, and I got the brake booster in and the master cylinders in. I got that bracket made and painted to hold the Willwood reservoirs, and got everything in here kind of tidied up and looking good. I got the roll stop mounted up, and I did something in here. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I put that wire harness in. Now I got to connect it into the hatch and run it up here. But everything's looking good. I got a little bit, I got a lot of it more to do. So yeah, we're gonna try and work a little bit more today and get as much done as we can. I'm sorry about the audio. I will get some more wireless mics as quickly as I can. Yeah, so let's I don't know if I want to do the engine bay harness yet, because I got to take the fenders off to run them up into the cabin, and around and back into the cabin on the other side.